is really. I'm telling you, you got that
It's all
8-mile
singing.
internet.
Like, have you seen Ole Miss's offense? Yes. And he pauses.
And just like Ole Miss offense, you freeze up.
Your internet isn't as bad until you compare it to like a Lane Kiffin interview, like a pregame interview. Then you're like, okay, all right, whatever you're doing now, Sting, is great.
Yeah, stay right there. Don't move. Do not move, Sting. Stay right there.
You mean I got to do this the whole show?
He's gonna be like, so what do you think about the Ole Miss game? Was it everything you thought it would be? I got some black kids, damn.
Man, all right, let's go. Sting.
Stingray. How's Mississippi State looking this week? Is it nice?
Okay. All right. So,
Joey, is this what it looks like up close? Is that what it looks like?
shut up, dude.
Joey, is this what it looks like up close?
Why are you taking that off?
How do you do it?
Just leave that.
You leave it in there?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to finagle it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like a regular koozie where you have to kind of squish it in there.
I
There
don't
you
know. Okay.
You don't know how to get it off, Clemson?
Oh, I can get it off.
Well, guys, it's that time of the week again for yet another 3rd and 3, and a lot of things have happened this past weekend, so we will get in there and get all of it right on top, right here only on 3rd and 3. Oh, and real quick, make sure you bring your popcorn because this show is going to be a lot better than Ole Miss's offense last weekend.
Make sure you bring your high-speed internet, too. Seriously, whose ass am I got to kick in Tuscaloosa, Sting? Seriously.
Dude, it's a hot spot, man.
It's a hot spot.
Yeah,
that's a
mobile
cold
hot
spot. What the
Go to a cold spot then.
man? I'm calling it. Man, they got better internet in Flint, Michigan than you do in the rich part of Tuscaloosa. It's okay, Sting.
Welcome inside another edition of 3rd and 3, everybody. I am your host, Stephen Ray, and let me just go on ahead and say, finally, Stingray has returned to 3rd and 3.
But your internet hasn't.
No, your internet sucks.
I'll give you that.
Your internet looks like an Atari.
Can't help it, man. Can't help it right now.
I just want to go play Pac-Man. Anyway, introduce us, Sting. Let the people know who he is.
Right over there, who just talked about my internet, is the founder, Joey, whose team is hot off of a huge win against the Lane Kiffin train Ole Miss. And right over there is going to be Clemson Tom, whose team got revenge off after their loss to NC State the week before. They got a win against Boston College. Tom, how are you doing? And Joey, what's going on, my man?
I'm doing good, man. It's another week.
I hate looking at you. That's what I hate doing. I hate looking at you.
It's just another week of being a champion. That's all it is. You're part of a championship football team. Like, we follow these football players and they come and they dominate. It's just part of the sporting experience. It's part of being a fan. It's stuff like Mississippi State fans don't understand. Clemson Tom doesn't understand. They got to do it for 2 years and then all of a sudden they think there's something, but it is what it is.
Hey, what don't I understand?
You don't understand about being a champion, especially this year.
Oh, so we have a bad year. We don't know what it's like to win. Are you like?
No.
That's how you're going to come at me right now. Oh, you don't know how to be a champion. You don't know how to win. I'm sorry, bro. We're having a down year.
You have a down year.
Yeah.
Dude, everyone saw coming. What was your last? What happened last year? What happened last year? Did y'all win the national championship?
No, we did not. We lost.
Who beat you? Who beat you?
Ohio State.
And who did Alabama beat?
That's not necessarily a down year, dummy.
It was a down year. You didn't.
No, that's not a down year. We lost in the playoffs. That's something you can hang your head on. It is what it is.
Did you win? Did you win the championship?
No. You want to talk about what 2 years or the year prior to that? You guys.
We don't look in the past. We look at the present. We look at the present.
Bowl against Michigan. You guys have down years too. Don't act like
that was 2000. That was 21 years ago.
That was not 21 years ago. That was
about Michigan versus Alabama.
You talking about Michigan?
You talking about Michigan? You talking about Michigan and Alabama from 2000 when Tom Brady?
That was like 2 years ago. Sting, you're the expert on the stats. Alabama, Michigan. That was like what 2 years? That was 2-3 years ago.
2019, and it was in. Oh gosh, either the Citrus Bowl or the Outback Bowl because it was down there in sunny.
It was in Orlando, so it was the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't remember that because
I look to the future.
Good. You don't ever remember the time you had that? Shut up, dude.
I look to the future. You
want to sit here and you want to get your arrogance going on. I can look at you the back of your hat.
I don't got arrogance.
Your hair. It's greasy. It looks like something I see at like Waffle House or something. Come correct. Don't act like you're in the national championship every single year. Yes, Alabama is pretty much the pinnacle when it comes to college football because you guys are legitimately, consistently always there. But don't act like you're in the national championship every single year. Okay, it's not our fault that you guys pay the players the most and they just
is that what you coming with? You coming back with paying the players? You making accusations? You making accusations to prove the point that your team sucks. I told you it's not like I did not tell you in the beginning of the season. I told you in the beginning of the season. I told you. I said, Clemson Tom, your team's not going to be good. You're not going to win a championship. You're not going to be a powerhouse. And you said, shut up, Joey. You're blinds. This is the cheap blinds.
Okay, you're right. But you're right. Who have you played?
You're damn right.
You haven't played a good team all year.
Right.
Who have you played?
Who we played?
Who have you played, Jet?
What are you talking about? We played. We beat Florida.
Oh, you beat Florida. Okay, yeah, Kentucky just beat them. I'm sorry. Powerhouse. Sorry, Kentucky. Powerhouse. Baby, don't worry about it. Kentucky's beating teams now. Doesn't matter. Powerhouse, Kentucky.
Kentucky's a dominant SEC team.
Kentucky's a powerhouse, according to Joey. Mail it in. Don't worry about it. Kentucky's a powerhouse. Send it up to Vegas. Sorry, it's got on the phone with Vegas. Betting lines just changed. Kentucky's
also you forgot Mercer.
Huh?
Forgot Mercer.
Oh, Mercer. Is that what you got when you went to the hospital? You got Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the team you beat out.
We also beat Ole Miss. Speaking of Ole Miss,
you beat Ole Miss.
Can we go ahead and
Ole Miss? Good job.
Yeah, we beat Ole Miss.
Great job. Great job. Yeah, Lane Kiffin had to come up with something.
Clemson couldn't beat Ole Miss.
Clemson
could not beat Ole Miss. Stingray, can we go ahead and introduce our lovely co-host, Jacqualyn? Go ahead, Sting.
So she's back again, and let's go on ahead and get a wrap of the latest news with the one and only, the beautiful Jacqualyn.
Hey y'all, it's Jacqualyn. I just want to take a moment and thank my personal weatherman Stingray for absolutely saving me today. It hailed in Arizona. It's October. What the hell? I see you, baby. Thank you. Mwah. All right, y'all. Pinky's out. We are spilling tea this week. Let's get into it. First up, Jacksonville, Florida, where the owner of the Jaguars, Shad Khan, released a public reprimand for Coach Urban Meyer and his behavior in Ohio this weekend. While we don't know the full details of what was discussed between the two of them, we do know that the owner has released a public statement. From Khan, I appreciate Urban's remorse, which I believe is sincere. Now he must regain our trust and respect. This will require a personal commitment from Urban to everyone who supports, represents, or plays for our team. I am confident he will deliver. Let's hope. Because what had happened was Coach Meyer got caught in a bar in Ohio with a woman that wasn't his wife. Lovely young woman was posting online, so there's video if you really want to see what happened. We've heard that everything's okay in the Meyer household, and after reviewing the footage with his wife, they identified that it's actually Jaguars starting quarterback and national champion with the Clemson Tigers, Trevor Lawrence. I guess that'll explain the fingers. Ugh. In other news, Coach Lane Kiffin on Monday said that his comment about "get your popcorn ready" wasn't premeditated, and that he got caught up in the excitement of the game, which, hello, haven't we all? That being said, it was his first trip back to Bryant-Denny Stadium since being offensive coordinator for the Crimson Tide under Nick Saban from the 2014 to 2016 season. As we recall, Alabama dominated Ole Miss Rebels. Once again, Nick Saban, the most dominant coach of all time. We're just stating the facts here, gentlemen. Just the facts. One more time, we're going to head back over to Clemson. Clemson football. They're going into their bye week. But I'm wondering, can they pull it together? They've got a pretty light schedule between now and the end of the season, all excluding number 19 Wake Forest. But here's the thing, we know they can be champions. Can they wake up from this deep slumber and show us that they've still got it? Or are they going to roll over and show us their bellies and be the kittens that Joey claimed they were going to be at the beginning of the season? Come on, guys, we're counting on you. In other news, we heard that Texas A&M was talking some trash, but I'm going to let my boyfriend Stingray tell you all about it. See ya.
Starkville is a dump of a town with nothing to do but watch the middle of the road. Sorry, college football team. And tomorrow, our fighting Texas Aggies are coming out angry, ready to prove a point, and we're going to let it all out on those sorry Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Well, Jacqualyn, I really do appreciate you bringing that up. And as a matter of fact, as you just saw, the Texas A&M Aggies, the cheerleaders for the Fighting Aggies, who actually go out there every midnight of the Friday before the game and do a yell practice. We're talking about what a dump Starkville was and what a sorry, middle-of-the-road, losing team Mississippi State is. Well, all I've got to say to you guys is Mississippi State only has 2 losses on the year, and after this weekend, you guys will have 3. So let me just go on ahead and ask you, who's the dump and who's the loser of the team? So I just got to say that. And also, here's the thing I don't understand. Why is it that teams, and just like Lane Kiffin, why is it that you talk crap beforehand? Why not take a page out of Mike Leach's book? Mike Leach did the air raid all week. He practiced. Nobody said anything out of Mississippi State about A&M. And then after they went down there and creamed A&M, Mike Leach in the post-game press conference says, you know, it's always great to win down here in Aggie land. I've done it before, and I'm going to do it again. That, my friends, is how you trash talk. You do it afterwards, not beforehand, so you don't look like a huge ass.
Like Clemson Tom.
I'm going to beat your ass. Anyways, it's a part of tradition when it comes to college football. It's what makes Texas A&M Texas A&M. It is what it is. I don't necessarily like it. I don't necessarily dislike it. It's what they do. Now, if they would have beat Mississippi State, we wouldn't be talking about it. But they lost to Mississippi State, and they were on camera trash talking, and they do it every game. So it's kind of a moot point, but at the same time, it's what they do. It's the pageantry that is Aggie land. I've been there. I've been there for the midnight, whatever they call it, when they played my Tigers. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, they said some stuff when I was there, but I'm like, I'm in your home stadium. Like, what do I expect? You to roll out the red carpet and be nice to me? No, it is what it is. They just got caught up. But I love college football. I love the pageantry. I love the traditions. And this is what it is for Texas A&M. And we're talking about it because they just got their butt kicked So ring those cowbells, Sting.
Hey, one last thing before I go to Joey. Aggies, all I got to say is 26-22, Hell State.
Are those Joey's SAT scores, 26 and 22?
I don't like you. It's like this. You think about traditions. You think about stupid traditions. I mean, think about throwing toilet paper on trees. And then after some guy comes in and poisons them, they cry and hug the trees. I mean, who gives a damn about some of these traditions? Bottom line is this. If you're not Alabama, you're not a champion. Enough said. Move on.
I'm sorry. Are you done talking?
Shut up. Go ahead, Sting. Go to the next topic.
But here's the thing. If it doesn't have to do with Alabama, you're like, oh, no one's a real winner.
I said what I said.
Alabama didn't do it. It must not work. Oh.
Sting, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out what the next segment is.
You need to figure out what the internet is doing. Like, can you tap your hotspot? Just tap it.
No, it's actually plugged up outside.
Like a Nintendo. Yeah.
Have you tried putting on top of it and then clicking it down real fast?
Yeah.
Try that.
You actually trying that?
Well, Tom, I got a question for you, bro.
What's up?
Did you bring your popcorn tonight for this amazing show right here on the CTS? Because if you didn't, you missed a wonderful opportunity, because this show is so much better than Ole Miss's and Lane Kiffin's performance this past Saturday, and even better than his asinine comment before the game Saturday.
Why would you ask him? Because he's eating popcorn. He can't afford popcorn.
I'm reading through Dabo's playbook when it comes to the college football media, because obviously Lane Kiffin read it, and I'm trying to update myself on it. It's called education there, Joey. Something you guys don't know about at Alabama, because you just pay your players more money than anybody else.
I went to Troy.
Now, what it looks like here, Sir Stingray, is that Lane Kiffin wrote a check his in cash, and Alabama decided to take it to him, and he didn't even really believe it himself, because when he goes, "Yeah, we're just little Ole Miss," and the reporter goes, "Did you say you're little Ole Miss?" He's like, "Yeah, we're a copycat league. It worked for Dabo." Right then and there, I called the bookie and I bombed Alabama, because if he didn't believe it, why should I? And you saw what happened. He knew he wasn't going to beat Alabama. And even said in the interview, he kind of tipped his hat a little bit. It worked for Dabo. The only people that are mad about Lane Kiffin not coaching at certain places are sorority bro. They miss him at Knoxville. They miss him at FAU. They miss him at Alabama. And they love him at Ole Miss. It's weird how that happens. But Lane Kiffin has been successful everywhere he's gone when it comes to sorority bro. I ain't saying nothing wrong. I'm just saying. I mean,
I can't disagree with him.
Why would you can't? It's called a fact. You can't.
It's called facts. Can't argue with the dumb. So anyway, are we going to talk about what everybody's been talking about for the last couple of days?
What are we talking about?
Good old Urban Meyer.
Urban, I didn't know you was a player. Let a player play. I hear you.
He's not a player.
I did. I can't believe I used to not like that man. But man, that mug, that man knows what he's doing.
He's not a player. Like, what's this? This is a non-story.
This is a good story. I like this.
How? Look, he's like sitting at a table. Some chick's like grinding on him. He should have checked her. Like, get off me. I'm a grandpa.
No, he wasn't. You wasn't gonna check that. No, sir. Yeah. The bottom line is this. Hey, I honestly, as a married man, Tom's married. I'm married. Sometimes stuff happens. Sometimes a girl will want to come Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying. My bad. What I'm saying is though, no, you didn't even have your ring on. Oh, there it is. It's so small. That's what she said. Bottom line is this. The only thing I'm upset with really is ESPN. Marcus Spears. He's acting like he's high and mighty. He's talking about he had to bring racism into it. He had to bring
racism into it.
Yes, he brought racism.
What did he say?
He said because the strength coach from that was friends with Urban Meyer, he hired, but he resigned because of some comments, which I don't know what he said. Marcus Spears, and then he brought Tebow into the mix and said, "You know what? Urban Meyer has to go. You know what, Marcus Spears, you need to go. Shut up. Shut up."
I'm gonna say I didn't see what Marcus said, but the fact, the whole racism thing. That's why I was like, "What the hell do you talk about racism with?" Or I don't know what goes on. What I can say is, Urban has a record of just not being the squeaky clean guy it is. Marcus, I think you're probably digging too deep, or a little bit more than what the average person knows.
Oh no, Marcus Spears is one of those people. In my opinion, the only thing Spears is one of those people that he thinks he lives in a glass. He thinks he lives. No, hold on. He thinks he lives in a glass house, so he can throw stones. Bottom line is this: you have no right to judge nobody. Bottom line is this: okay, he got caught. Bottom line, there's something that
he got caught. It's more of a distraction.
If my wife saw me at a club grinding on someone, she's gonna be upset. Now that's something that it has to go inside the family, and they're gonna have to talk about it. That's a family affair. Let it be, but it has nothing to do with professionalism. As a professional, you're a coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Do what you got to do. Lose on Sunday, and then go back to college. That's all I got to say about it. But as for judging the man for something that he did while he was drinking, you know what? Just move on. It's none of your business. It's between him and his wife.
It didn't happen on the football field. It happened after hours, and it happened actually at the bar that he owned.
That's what I'm saying. It's a family thing.
The whole situation. You saw You saw like a minute of a clip, and the chick was even like, "I don't know who this guy is. Who is he? Like, someone help me." Listen, girl, you knew who he was. Bottom line, you're trying to grind on him. He should have told her to stop, and he might have told her to stop. You might have saw that 1 minute video where he's like, "Who's this chick? Can you please tell her to stop?" and then stop. But you just saw the video clip.
I'm not mad at him.
It's the dumbest thing ever. It was sad he had to apologize to his team for being a distraction, and it sucks
that be a distraction. You didn't have people like Marcus Spears.
But here's the thing: if that would have been like the head coach for the Cardinals. Would he have to do anything? It's because it's Urban Meyer, and he has a track record of being, Urban Meyer. Honestly, the video, like I said, you saw 3 seconds of it. It is what he even says. Like, I was at a place I shouldn't have been, and I left. I should have left. He didn't leave with a chick. He was literally sitting on a stool, hands to himself, and she was just doing this thing.
Actually, his fingers were doing something else. So
no, they weren't. They were right here. They were like on his.
No, his fingers was. Yeah,
he was grabbing her.
Yeah,
I got to go back to the video then. If he was touching her, okay, yeah, we got a little bit.
What I'm saying is, this is a family issue, and let it stay a family issue. It has nothing to do with the Jacksonville Jaguars. But with that said,
it's not our business, man. It wasn't our business.
I didn't get. Let them.
That's between him and his wife. Why are we talking about?
Exactly. Well, let's go to Chris Stewart. Now, when you got somebody prestigious coming on the show, just like last week, we had Preston Dale. Oh, I'll wait till you.
I was looking to see who you got coming in. You got somebody prestigious. My bad.
You messed me up.
I thought.
I was sitting there like,
going, who's prestigious walking in?
I'm gonna keep that in.
You should.
All right. When you got somebody prestigious coming in
over my shoulder, I messed you up, man. My bad.
Now, when you got somebody prestigious coming on, you tell Clemson Tom and Stingray messed me up.
He'll do it.
God, what? Now, when you got somebody prestigious coming on, you tell Stingray and Clemson Tom to take a hike. I got this. And ladies and gentlemen, the best Alabama broadcaster I have ever known, besides Eli Gold, of course, is on the show today. You may listen to him when he's covering Alabama basketball. You may listen to him when he's covering Alabama baseball. You may even listen to him when he's doing some Alabama high school sports. But ladies and gentlemen, this man right here is coming on this 3rd and 3 to talk some Alabama football. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Chris Stewart. Chris, how you doing today?
I can't live up to that intro, but I'm good. I appreciate you having me on.
Well, it only took 15 times.
That's all right. It takes you don't know how many takes it takes me to get stuff on. So we're good. You're still ahead of the curve, brother.
But you know, before we get started, everybody's gonna want to know this. How's your health, man?
I'm really, really good. Very blessed, thankfully. It's 2 years ago today. I was in a hospital. I was looking, you get memory stuff show up on your phone, and 2 years ago today, I was in a bad spot. But it was all part of a 91-day hospital stay after I had a infection that came up following bypass surgery, and it almost killed me, but it didn't. And I'm very, very blessed that that's the case. Doing great. I got my youngest is 10. He's gotten into golf in the last 5 months. I've convinced my wife that playing golf is actually physical therapy for me, and she's bought it. And I get to go play golf with him a couple of times a week or more, and loving life, and very, very fortunate that's the case.
Now, Clemson Tom is going to see this, and he's probably going to reach out to you and want to bet your son against his son.
How's the son?
I think Xander is 9, I believe.
Okay. All right.
But he's now, I shouldn't say this because he's a hustler.
I understand.
But and Xander, he knows how. I seen video that boy knows how to hit the golf ball.
All right. We may need strokes because mine's about 5 months in, but I'm enjoying it. I call him, his new nickname is 401k because he's my retirement plan. He's all I got. So we'll go from there.
I joke with my kids all the time. I sit there and tell them, like, when I get old, y'all gonna be working for me. And there's like, we'll find a nice little box for you to live in.
Yeah. Well, it's too late. I'm already old, so I can't use that.
Wait, and another thing is that they talk about buying their mama a mansion and all this great stuff they're gonna buy their mama when they get rich, and I never hear about what they're gonna buy daddy.
Yeah, I always tell my wife stuff like that comes up. I say that's between you and your next husband.
Oh, Dr. New Daddy. That's
it. Yeah, it's him.
But for somebody who suffers from hypertension, strokes and heart attacks is something that I keep my eye on. I'm very focused on my health when it comes to that type of stuff. And, I tell you a little bit about my story. I have got my blood pressure up many, many times to like 200 over, like 240 over 200. And, strokes and heart attacks are something very serious. Did you know exactly how you got yourself in that predicament? Not saying that it's your fault, but
no, I hear you, and that's a fair question, a natural question to ask. But my stroke was the phrasing of the doctor that saved my life was it was a total fluke that I had it. It's a miracle that I survived because it happened in my sleep, which hardly ever occurs. My wife found me in my sleep. We don't know exactly when the stroke occurred, and normally with stroke, which was 3.5 years ago, it was April 16th of 2018 that I had the stroke, and had it in my sleep. Don't know how long it actually was before I had the stroke, and then the clots, the 2 blood clots that had formed were cleared, and that I was basically saved in that regard. But the only ill effects I had was like for 10 or 11 months, I had a droop to the eye muscle in my left eye that caused double vision or blurred vision. And so I had to either wear tape over my glasses to serve as a patch, or if I was wearing my contacts, I would actually wear and I thought I had one around, I would hold it up, but I wore an actual eye patch, which made me look like a real bad dude now. Me and John Wayne were, we looked a lot alike in that regard, but I was really fortunate that after 11 months, I was completely healed in that regard. The muscle was back to 100%, and I did not have the blurred vision anymore. Then you fast forward 16 months later, I have this bypass. Find out I've got 95% blockage in the Widowmaker. My mother had 2 bypass surgeries. She died coming out of the second one at the age of 55. I was 17 at the time, a senior in high school when she passed. My dad lived to be 91. He died in February of this year, but he had bypass surgery as well back at about 20-something years ago. So I knew it was hereditary, but it really wasn't lifestyle. It wasn't what they termed as overweight. Doc said, "Do you smoke?" I said, "Yeah, cigar every third Saturday in October for about 14 straight years, and it's going to keep going as long as Nick Saban's in Tuscaloosa." But he said that didn't constitute being a regular smoker, and so I didn't fit the profile. It was a fluke that I had the stroke. It was a miracle that I survived it. The bypass, again, was genetics, got me. But what almost killed me was the fact that I developed an infection somewhere in the process of the surgery or in the recovery, and that's when I had to go back in the hospital for 3 months. It was a 91-day stay where my closest friends were called and told, "You need to get to the hospital. He's not going to make it." And then there was another stretch another time where after I'd been there about a month and wasn't recovering and much at all, that my wife was told, "Hey, you need to understand, come to grips with the fact that if he doesn't improve, there's not much more we can do for him here. He's probably going to have to go into a nursing home. And if that happens, then he probably won't come out." So there's my wife at the time, 35, with the 2 boys, at the ages of 14 and 8 at that time. That's very sobering. And so praise God, literally, that I started to turn a corner, got better. And here I am 2 years afterwards. And people that find out that I've encountered this that don't know are floored that was something that even happened.
Yeah, and like I said, I got the same problems you got. Hypertension and heart disease runs in my family. I call my dad a machine because he's 72, but he looks like he's 42.
Yeah,
but he still acts like he's 22.
Yeah.
But hypertension is very big on his side of the family. He has a problem with hypertension. I have a major problem with hypertension. My mother had a problem with hypertension and heart disease. Genetics is going to catch up to you. So
it will.
What I tell
being in broadcasting don't help. So get a day job, man. Get out of this stuff. It'll catch up to you.
Well, you know what? I tell my daughter and I tell my son all the time that and I tell my other daughter too. I tell straight up, get a job you love, less stressful.
Yeah, it's true. No doubt.
If you go to work and you feel like you haven't worked a day in your life, that means you living a good life.
Yep.
So
no doubt.
maybe, just maybe, you're a lucky man that you get to do a job you love.
Man, I tell you, there's it's like anything else when you have to be away, and you take it away from your family for good stretches, like my job does. There are a lot of jobs like that. It could be sales. You could do a lot of different things.
Private investigating. Yeah,
you can do a lot of different things that take you away from family. Mm-hmm. But I am so fortunate because there are a lot of guys that while they have to be away from their family and they hate the fact that they do, they also hate what they're doing while they're doing it. Man, when I'm doing my job, I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. And I may be gone 4 or 5 days consecutively if it's a baseball series or something like that, or basketball tournament. I may be gone a pretty good length of time, and you hate that. But when I'm doing the job itself, it's so much fun, and very, very blessed that I get to do what I do.
And you know what? We at the CTS is blessed to have you. Now, before we get to the game of the week, the Alabama football team versus Texas A&M, I got to ask you. You've been covering high school sports. You've been you're major in basketball and baseball for the University of Alabama. What got you big in those sports?
Well, you know, it's true. No doubt.
You been covering high school sports. You've been cause you're major in basketball and baseball for the University of Alabama. You know, what got you big in those sports? You know, what got you big in those sports?
Falling in love with it, you mean? Or just doing the job that I'm doing right now?
You know what? Thank you for the correction.
No, I'm
Falling
not
in
correcting.
love.
I'm just
No. It was a good.
Going.
It was a good correction.
So I'll give you both. I'll give you both. Played sports as a kid. My brother was a high school coach, different sports, and actually had played college ball at Sanford. So my earliest memories were as a 4-year-old going to see him in ball games. And I don't remember specifics, but I remember making those trips with my family and being around that environment. And then he goes into high school coaching, and I'm around, football games and baseball and wrestling meets and tournaments, stuff like that. So there were tons of times that I was around sports. And if he wasn't coaching, he might take me up to when he would, how it is in high school. If you're not, especially back then, if your team wasn't participating, then you were probably in charge of concession stand at a sport that was playing. So he's working in concession stand for a basketball game, and I'm going and hanging out with him. And so I was around big basketball games and stuff like that, and just always loved it. Always was around sports, wanted to be involved in sports casting, and really fortunate I got to do that. But it's or I should say, always wanted to play sports and be around it. And then when I went to college at Montevallo, had a campus TV station where you actually got class credit for being a part of the crew that produced the men's and women's basketball games, volleyball matches. Did a weekly newscast that you got class credit for, and you could cover as the sports director all the other sports that were on the Montevallo campus. So I was around all of that, fell in love with it. Did my first game on TV, and I was awful, but I had a professor that was really encouraging, and I knew I enjoyed it, wanted to get better at it. And so I just kind of set out on that being the plan, and was fortunate. I got to call 100 games or more when I was a college student, doing either our university games, or Montevallo High School was literally right across the street from the college campus, doing high school football games on Friday nights for a local radio station. And then we did tape delay TV broadcast, where I got to do that as well. So it was unbelievable, the opportunity that I got and the hands-on experience that I got, taking a little initiative. And that was before the internet was what it was, and being able to go and do a game. You can go sit in stands now, take your phone, and you don't need a headset. You don't need any equipment. You got a recorder in your phone, and if you stick an AirPod in, you're wireless, and you can sit there and do play-by-play for a ball game just for practice, and record it into your phone. That wasn't available to you back in the day. You had to do, it was a little more involved. And, I was really fortunate that opportunities came about so I could make a ton of mistakes in front of a small audience before I started making all the mistakes I make in front of a bigger audience. And just always appreciative and grateful that Montevallo gave me the opportunity it did, because I loved it, and I can't imagine doing anything else. Really, really blessed.
Oh, we can't imagine you doing anything else either. I mean, you keep us up to date. Now, I want to ask you real fast before we move into the Texas A&M game. You met Nick Saban many times. What's he like in person?
Pretty much what you see is what you get.
Does he yell? Does he yell at you too?
I'm not going to confirm nor deny. I can just tell you it's a job. Everybody's got off-season conditioning programs, and my conditioning program is a little different. I don't run stadiums. I don't lift weights. I basically go and hang out with a bomb squad and figure out how not to let explosive blow up in your face. That's what it's like working with Nick Saban. You want to make sure that you get out of there without an explosion. It's a good day. And so that's why that's what I try to do, man. I tell him, and I tell everybody, I'm not media, I'm family. I may be the crazy uncle under the stairs nobody wants to admit to, but I'm not there as a media guy trying to do an in-depth interview. I'm trying to when I do that TV show, I'm putting it on a tee for him to give the message to the fans that he wants to give, and do that in as quick a manner as possible. and not get in the way. And
Yeah.
so I'm not doing journalism there.
Right.
I'm doing PR. And so that's the approach.
And it was like, sometimes I love Nick Saban. I think every Alabama fan loves Nick Saban, but sometimes Nick Saban sometimes I don't think he understands the question, or he just
No, I don't think you understand. He wants to just send his message, and you can say, I know what you're going with. I don't, please don't think I'm misunderstood, that I'm not understanding what you're saying. He gets a question, but if he wants to talk about the sky, you can talk about the green grass, and he's going to talk about the blue sky. It doesn't matter when he's in that mood, that he's got something specific that he wants to go with. He'll just kind of bypass, what you may say, and he'll get right to what he wants to talk. That's why I always go with the approach of, and that's why we discuss it. What do we want to do here? In the segments that we tape and are putting together with the show, and I know where he wants to go, and it's laid out, and I put it on the tee and get out of the way.
But I do remember that one interview. It was after the game. I think it was the first or second game of the season, and the lady asked him, lady, if you're watching, I doubt it, but I forgot her name. She works for CBS, and or ESPN, whatever game it was on, and she asked Nick Saban about Jalen Hurts and Tula.
Say something that doesn't respect one of them. I'm not going to, so quit asking.
And he just, out of nowhere, just started blowing up at her. And she handled herself like a professional. She was like, fair enough, and went on to the question. And I was just thinking that how Nick Saban was so out of line for doing that. Like, she wasn't like make a choice right here. She was asking the question that everybody wanted to know. And she didn't say, hey, make a decision right here or say something bad. He just blew his top, and she handled herself like a professional. And hey, okay, let's continue the interview. But I think that was one couple times I saw the Nick Saban went, to the extreme for no apparent reason.
All right.
So that right there was classic. He's like, I ain't saying
just you got your opinion, and I didn't see it, so you go ahead.
Okay, it's on YouTube.
Your show, baby. You're allowed to have yours. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm not gonna meet Nick Saban, so
Well, I got to. So if you think I'm saying anything, you're out of your mind.
So with that said, we're not gonna get you in trouble with Nick Saban, but I have to ask you.
You're not.
What do you think Alabama is gonna do between Texas A&M?
Yeah, it's a really, really tough environment, man. When they start swaying and they get to rocking there and doing all their cheers and stuff that they do with the yell leaders and stuff, it's a very unique environment. It's as loud, it's as hostile as you'll find. Great stadium. I mean, great stadium. And it's a really special place to go, but it's really tough. And Bama's been able to take care of them, but it will be as loud, as intense, and as, I think, tightly contested as this thing has been between the two sides there. I'm anticipating a really, really good ball game.
Oh, I agree. Texas A&M, always, no matter what their record is, I think they're always coming to play. And I got a bet coming up with our partner, Jesse Sanchez, Womble Sanchez. He's going to send me some barbecue from Texas if Texas A&M lose. And
I hope you're eating brisket here pretty soon.
Well, I don't know if I want to eat melt-in barbecue, but you know what?
Yeah,
barbecue from Texas is barbecue from Texas is barbecue from Texas. So
that's it.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I humbly say this, man. We have a legend, and Chris Stewart, man. It was an honor. Consider yourself part of the CTS family. Anytime you want to come back, it'll be an honor of mine. Stingrays, Clemson Toms, this was an amazing interview. And before I let you go, I just want to tell you that we hope you keep getting better, and we continue to. I'm getting kind of choked up here. I hope that we can continue to listen to you on the radio and see you on television. And it was definitely a blessing that you got better. So with that said,
I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Appreciate you having me. Appreciate the kind words, and good luck to you guys with this venture. I hope it continues to go well.
Oh, hey, thank you, sir. With that said, back to me.
Joey, that's I never saw you actually interview someone alone by yourself. So I will cheers to you. That was not a bad interview. While I was watching you do that, and I was getting a little bit happy for it. Like, my baby, he's grown up. He's so grown. I was watching the updated Urban Meyer video going on, and it was a little handsy. Got a little handsy. And I will say that I can't defend him on that one. Like, I'm just put it out there.
My position still stands.
Did she like steal his money and he was trying to find it? Like,
my position still stands. That's a family. That's a family issue, and people like Marcus Spears need to just shut the hell up. That's it. And everybody else.
Did she take something of his because he kept trying to grab at something?
He has no reason to lose his. Only reason why he should lose his job is the fact that they're 0-4.
Yeah, he should lose his
job
as
an NFL coach. That's the only reason why.
Lose his job over this. He should buy his wife something really nice from this, but he should not lose his job. He should be in the doghouse from this. But he dropped something because he kept grabbing at it a lot. There's a lot of handsy, a lot of grabbing.
Yeah, but that
don't lose your job.
Sting looked like he got froze up. We're going ahead and
Lane Kiffin thinks he did nothing wrong.
Of course.
You almost defended it. Like, of course, went back. Lane Kiffin's like, I see no problem with this. What are you talking about? So it's not really.
I'm back. Thank God I'm back. Okay, please let me finish with you guys. Come on. Okay.
I'm just glad you upgraded your internet provider while we're on break.
Okay, listen. Okay. Real quick, while it's good, let's go on ahead real quick and do the upset picks. And Joey, go on ahead and put me in the middle. Okay, listen. Now, I want you guys to pick yours.
Sure.
Then, okay, look. I want you guys to pick your upset picks real quick. Listen to me. I'm going to leave. Joey, just go with it. It's going to be kick. Well, guys, as you can see, I've upgraded my internet. And this is going to be for the best part of the show. Guys, week 6, who are your upset picks for this weekend? I'm going to let you guys go first. I will go last.
Tom?
I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I think they beat Texas.
I'm second to that. I'm taking Texas over Oklahoma.
I knew you were going to pick it. That's why. It's a rivalry. It's 3.5.
No, I mean, I was already thinking Texas.
I know you were, but I was just saying, I'm taking Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner, baby. You ain't ready.
I know what Stingray's doing.
Horns down. What happened to Sting?
No, I know what he's doing.
What's he doing? Oh, Jesus. What the hell is this?
The LSU Tigers are going on the road. Their backs are against the wall. Everybody wants Coach O fired. The Bayou Bengals go on the road and upset Kentucky in Lexington Saturday night. Book it.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we got the internet sensation, Clemson Tom, the one and only, the biggest internet sensation of all with his messed up internet, Stingray. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joey. We're out. Enjoy your SEC and ACC football.
Did y'all ever look at the video camera and just like hate that you're as ugly and I'm the best looking one here? Because I hate looking at it and like, damn. Joey just brings the talent down on the ugliness.
I don't know. I'm pretty handsome myself, bro.
Well, we can tell when your internet's working.